Hello, I go by the name Dominic Munala, contesting for Mr. and Miss Second Option Kenya, whose theme is Africans for African Adding Value to the Society, and the event is proudly sponsored by the MSOK Center. I am representing North Rift region, and North Rift region, specifically the North Rift region is mostly settled by the Kalenjins. They are an ethnic group of 8 culturally related groups, which are the Kipsigis, the Nandi, Tugen, Keyo, Terik, Sabaot, Pokot, and the Maratot. The Kalenjins are mostly known as marathon runners. 95% of athletes in Kenya come from the North Rift region. The world record holder champion of athletes comes from the North Rift region, and that's my region. I'm so proud of this because my region produces a lot of athletes, which all of them are Kalenjins. The Kalenjins are also known as cattle keepers, goat keepers, and sheep keepers. They also do sorghum farming. This explains why milk and meat is their favorite food. Isagek being their staple food, which consists of ugali made by sorghum and milk, which they do call it mursik. Did you know it's a taboo for a pregnant woman to eat the meat of an animal which died by struggling? Yes, it's a taboo because it's believed when a pregnant woman eats that meat, the spirit of an animal will follow the baby and kill it by coiling the umbilical cord. I thought you should know. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ngesa Atieno, a contestant for Mr. and Miss Second Option Africa 2022. Our pageant system is Africans for Africa and sponsored by the MSOK Center. I represent the North Rift region, a region bordering Uganda, South Sudan, and Ethiopia. Traditions are part of our culture, and North Rift region is a vast of many cultures. Tourists come across diverse table manners in the region as much as they do its people. Each family set its own rules of etiquette used while eating. In most religious families, a prayer is said before meals. Elbows, however, are not allowed on the table. Licking your fingers and belching after a meal is considered bad table manners. North Rift is the agricultural center of the world dietary. Habits are influenced by the family's cultural backgrounds. In some homes, finishing everything on your plate suggests that your host didn't cook or serve enough food. Lateness is a norm in this part of the world. Ugali served with managu and beef stew, a favorite traditional food in the North Rift region. Rice and githeri is not eaten with a fork. Spoons are the preferred choice of culture. Ugali with its accompaniment is often eaten by hand. When serving guests, it is habitually for women to tie lasso around their waists. The common dress code in the region is long trousers, a shirt, and coat, or during the colder season, some layer up a sweater over their coat. It's polite to ask people for permission before taking their photographs. Notable personality from the region is the current Mr. Second Option Kenya, Godwin Kipto.
Hello everyone, my name is Melody Jemutai, representing Mount Kenya region, and today I'm going to talk about the Kikuyu culture. The Kikuyu is a Bantu community which originated from West Africa, currently occupying the central part of Kenya. The Kikuyu outfit consists of 2 colors, brown and white. Brown representing the soil since they are farmers, and white representing the life force. The common food taken by the Kikuyu is mokimo and githeri. The Kikuyu community believe in the existence of a god commonly known as Ngai, and they used to pray under a fig tree. The Kikuyu community was formed by Mumbi and Gikuyu. They had 9 daughters which formed the 9 clans of the Kikuyu. Some of the clans are Anjiru, Agashiku, Ambui, Angeshi, Angui, Edhaka, Airimu, Angare, Ashera. Then there was the last born daughter, Wamuyu, who formed the clan Amuyu. The Kikuyu community have 5 marriage steps, namely 1. Gumenamushe, meaning the groom goes to know the bride's place. 2. Kuhandaidhege, meaning booking of the bride. 3. Forasho, meaning dowry payment. 4. Etara, meaning the bride visiting the groom's family. And the last one is Ngurario, meaning wedding ceremony. The theme of the event is Africa for Africa, adding value to society. The event is sponsored by the Mesu Center. As I conclude, I would like to share with you a Kikuyu prayer. Thai, Dadaya, Gaithai, meaning let peace prevail. So wherever we go, let's promote peace. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Maria Masito from the Multimedia University of Kenya, currently pursuing journalism. At the Miss and Miss Second Option Kenya, whose pageant theme is Africans for Africa, adding value to the society, sponsored by the Messi Center, I am proudly representing the coastal region, also known as Mkoa Pwani in Swahili. It comprises of the Indian Ocean coastal strip with the capital city at Mombasa and was inhabited by the Mijikenda and Swahili among others. Other important towns of the coastal strip include Diani in the south and Kilifi, Malindi, Watamu and Lamu in the north. Coast has got 7 historical sites, that is Old Town, Juma la Mtwana, Lamu Old Town, Leven House, Slave Caves, Fort Jesus and Sacred Mijikenda Kaya Forest. I was born and raised in the coastal region and come from the Mijikenda tribe, which comprises of 9 sub-tribes, that is the Rabai, Jibana, Kambe, Kauma, Chonyi, Duruma, Ribe, Giriama, and lastly, we originated from Digo. The Mijikenda group has a sacred forest, a kaya, that is a place of prayer. The leader of the kaya was the eldest in the 8th set, and they were responsible for the management of the kaya and bringing of rain. I strongly look up to Mekatilili Wamenza, who was a Kenyan independence activist who led the people of Giriama against colonial administration of Kenya between 1912 and 1915 after numerical seasons of arrest. Mekatilili Wamenza, a woman warrior, ukaleto.
Hello, my name is Esmeralda Tieno, a student at Shambugu Institute of Advanced Technology, currently taking Diploma in Fashion and Designing. I'm a second-year student. I'm representing Nyanza region from Kisumu County, Mr. and Second Option Kenya 2022. The theme of this year's pageant is Africa for Africa, adding value to the society. And we're going to talk about the food culture of our Nyanza region, specifically it being the Luo. But first thing first, let's look at the Nyanza region as a whole. Nyanza region is located in the southwest part of Kenya around Lake Victoria and is inhabited predominantly by the Luo and Kisii people. The predominant language in Nyanza is the Luo. The most important dish among the Luo was kuon, a sort of stiff porridge. The kuon could be served with multitude of side dishes consisting of vegetables, fish, beef, chicken, and sour milk. Nyuka was another common meal made of millet, sorghum, and cassava flour and could be served for breakfast or any other time during the day. Nyoyo, a mixture of boiled maize and beans, was another common type of food that was also eaten as a snack. The Luo believed in sharing their food. The Luo proverb, Chiemgiwadu, translates into eat with your brother and illustrates the communal sense of responsibility and togetherness that is shared among the Luo, meaning that food is only significant when shared with others.
Nemwega Kenya, hello. That is a simple introduction of me done in the Kikuyu language. And today I'm here to tell you about the region of Mount Kenya and the culture of people living in the Mount Kenya. Initially, the Central Bantus, who are known to have migrated from Congo, came into Kenya and settled on the slopes of Mount Kenya. Some settled in Nyeri, Murang'a, and Kirinyaga. And when they came in, they were based politically using a centralized government using a centralized government, and economically they engage themselves in activities such as agriculture, livestock keeping, and trading. And socially, they were divided into clans, which the smallest unit was the smallest unit was the family, headed by the father. The, the values such as honesty, generosity, and respect guided the values of the central Bantus. The lifestyle of the central Bantus entailed them living in grass thatched houses, and the women put on shukas tied on their left shoulders, and the men tied on animal skin on their waist. The food, which is mokimo, made from mashed potatoes and peas, and also another staple food. The central Bantus had ceremonies such as the birth, naming, initiation, circumcision, and death. Because of the diversity of the Mount Kenya region, these are led them to attract tourists such as the Mount Kenya, Aberdare ranges, and shrines such as Mukure wa Nyagadanga. And by this, I welcome you all to the journey of my modeling career of Mr. and Mrs. Second Option Kenya Africa, sponsored by the Meso Center, whose theme is Africans for Africa, adding value to the society.
Hello, my name is Otto Chola from Nyanza region. I auditioned Mr. and Second Option Kenya 2022. A pageant whose theme is Africans for Africans, adding value to the society. And it is sponsored by the Meso Center. And today I'm going to talk about my Nyanza region and our culture. As you can see, in this video, we're going to talk about my Nyanza region and the people who live in it. So we are going to talk about the Luo, who are believed to have originated from Bagazal region of South Sudan, and it is said and believed that the Luo started their migration to other part of East Africa roughly around 800 years ago, and this was as the result of misunderstanding amongst themselves and also their leaders. During this migration, some of the Luo community crossed over to Kenya through the Nyanza province, and these are today known as the Jaluo. Talking more about culture, the Luo are one of the ethnic group with the most preserved culture. The Luo are traditionally known to be tall and dark skin, although due to intermarriages with other tribe and ethnic group, this is changing in the modern days. Originally, because of these physical attributes, the Luo were known to be pastoralists and also crop cultivators. They also engage themselves in other cultural activities such as fishing and hunting in order to forge their way of living. And today, when you look around the East Africa region, many of the Luo are very high-skilled intellectuals that take up different professions in their respective East African communities. This is due to the modern way of...
Hi, my name is Brian Mutege Getonga. I'm a participant of the Mr. and Miss Second Option Kenya, a pageant whose theme is Africans for Africa, adding value to the society. In this pageant, I'll be representing the great Nyeri region. Talking about my region, Nyeri County is found in central Kenya with a code 019. Nyeri County is approximately 100-kilometer drive from Nairobi, the capital city. This great county is the home of the late President of Kenya, Emilio Moi Kibaki. It is the home of heroes such as Dedan Kimathi. Nyeri County has many beautiful sceneries and sights. It harbors the great Mount Kenya, which is approximately 1,199 meters in elevation. Aberdare Ranges, Aberdare National Park, Mau Caves, Chinga Waterfall, Nyeri Museum, just to mention. Nyeri County is inhabited by the Agikuyu mostly. This is a Bantu community mostly found in central Kenya, especially at the outskirts of Mount Kenya. The word Gikuyu is derived from Mukuyu, which means sycamore fig tree. The Agikuyu are farmers and businessmen. They believe in omnipotent creator called Gai. They practice initiation of girls and circumcision of boys. They lived in a hut and had some granaries to store food. Granaries in Kikuyu are called kumbi. It is basically a hut raised with logs or stone to prevent the food from rodents and destruction by ants. They had other artifacts such as gourds. They played games such as riddles and other mind games like sengersema and proverbs, in Kikuyu called Dimo. The Agikuyu are abroad and the largest community in Kenya. Thank you for listening to me. Have a nice time.
Welcome to the Great Nyanza region. This information is brought by courtesy of Mr. and Miss Second Option Kenya 2022, a peasant whose theme is Africans for Africa, adding value to the society, and is sponsored by the MSOK Center. Enjoy the historic tour. Nyanza region was one of the Kenya's white provinces located in the southwest part of Kenya around Lake Victoria, inhabited predominantly by the Luo and the Kisii people. The then capital of Nyanza is Kisumu, third largest city in Kenya. The region is now divided into 6 counties, namely Siaya, Kisumu, Homa Bay, Migori, Nyamira, and Kisii. Nyanza region is also known for its rich historical heritage from the myth of Kit Mikayi, which means stone of the first wife. Kit Mikayi is a large rock with 3 rocks on top in the same, with the whole story behind the rock by the Luo community. We also have Simbinyaima, a village that sank, actually a crater lake a few kilometers away from the shores of Lake Victoria. The Luo attach great importance to the site because of its legendary story. The Kisumu Museum, which is fully old-fashioned, includes a lot of information background on Western Kenya linguistic group, Luo Bantu and Kalenjin. It is also known for the traditional Luo homestead. Nyanza is also known for its most important archaeological site, Thimlich Ohinga, located 46 km northwest of Migori town. It holds remains of archaeological dry stones, which encloses on 50 meters and 5 enclosures. Africans for Africa, adding value to the society.
Hamjambo, I'm Sherry Siso, a qualifier from the Coast region. This year, Second Option Agency presents Mr. and Miss Second Option Kenya. I will be representing the Coast region. Our theme this year is Africans for Africans, adding value to the society. We are sponsored by the MSOK Center. This week challenge is on culture. I'll be doing the Swahili culture, and we all know that Kiswahili is our second national language in Kenya, and Kiswahili is also a language used by the Swahili people. So I will use Kiswahili and do it the African way.
Mkoa wa Pwani unajulikana sana na utamaduni wa Kiswahili. Tamaduni za Uswahili zinazingatia mno mavazi ya kujistiri, yani modesty, kwa wanawake, dera, buibui, kanga, mtandio. Wao huamini sehemu zote ni za siri isipokuwa uso na mikono. Kanzu kwa wanaume, mavazi yao huwa ya heshima na ya kujistiri. Waswahili wanajulikana kwa ufundi wao katika usanifu na ujenzi, uchoraji na utengenezaji wa samani, yani furniture. Huwa hawatumii miundo ya viumbe vilivyo na uhai kama wanyama, kwa sababu kidini hairuhusiwi. Kwa hivyo wao hutumia miundo ya kijiometria, yani geometric features, katika ufundi na uchoraji. Mara nyingi wao hutumia kanga kuongezea urembo kwa samani zao. Mijengo ya Kiswahili huvutia mno na zinajengwa na ujuzi. Yote 9, 10, Ila siyo ya mwisho ni utamu ulioko katika vyakula vya Kiswahili. Waswahili huandaa vyakula vyao na viungo kadha wa kadha na kufanya vyakula vyao viwe vitamu. Kwaheri.
Oriena. That's a Luya greeting meaning hello. So hello, my name is Grace Oloch from Kakamega County. I'm representing Western at the Mr. and Miss Second Option Africa. I'm glad to be part of the contestants of this great event, whose theme is Africans for Africa, adding value to the society, and is sponsored by the MSOK Center. I'm gladly representing Western, and I would like to take you through the Western culture shortly. First of all, Western is a region full of Luyas who are Bantus, and Luyas love associating themselves with things to do with bullfighting. They love attending bullfighting, and bullfighting is whereby two bulls from different areas are brought together to fight, and the winner is awarded. This is a culture that has been on for the longest time in the Western culture, and it adds value to the society by bringing people together from different areas from the Western region to associate together, have fun, and also know the value of each and every bull they are rearing. Apart from that, Luyas are people who love farming, and to be specific, poultry farming, fish farming, maize farming, and any other farming that brings food to their table. To start with, I would like to talk about the rearing of chicken. Luyas are people who find fun in rearing chicken, and they have made it part of their culture. This adds value to the society as it curbs the food security. Apart from that, Luyas love keeping maize. They love planting maize, and this adds value to the society whereby they are able to find flour of their own. Even when the prices shoot, they have something from their farm and from their stores to curb the food insecurities. Thank you so much. I'm hoping to succeed to the next level of the boot camp so that I do my best and emerge the top at this great contest. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.
Chonge my people, Mlongo Tracy representing the North Rift One region in the Mr. and Miss Second Option Kenya, sponsored by the MSOK Center, whose theme is Africans for Africa, adding value to the society. Culture can be defined as all the ways of life, including arts, beliefs, and institution population passed from generation to generation. So today, I'm going to take you through my region and culture. The North Rift region consists of several counties, Uasin Gishu being included. Now is where the beautiful Eldoret town comes in. It is located in the Western Kenya, being the administrative of the Uasin Gishu district in the Rift Valley province. It is situated in the south of the Cherangani Hills. Having all the convenience, it is a good place to explore in the Western Highlands. It was originally known as the 64 because it was established in the post mile on the wagon route of Londiani. The name Eldoret comes from the Maasai word Eldore, which means stony river. Eldoret has a charm of the African spirit that you can explore in every sphere of this town. The Kalenjins are the major tribes in Eldoret, also known as the running tribe, because since the mid-1960s, Kenyan men and women have been running in the international athletics, winning medals for our country. And the vast of these people are the Kalenjins. They are subdivided into 11 sub-tribes, and some of the tribes are Kipsigis, Tugen, and Ogiek. Mursik was a traditional fermented milk variant of the Kalenjin people. They are made by cow or goat milk. They were fermented specially in a calabash gourd locally known as the sotet. Boys were circumcised at a group of 5 to 10. They were fed by an elderly man known as the pamongo, which meant father. Yetitet was the term used for circumcision. A ceremony followed. Let us learn to appreciate and preserve our culture because it is what makes us who we are. It shows our integrity as a people.